I want to talk about the Sky News Press interview that reviewed how Prince Harry conducted himself in court. And this is important because it's not fluff commentary. These were seasoned press analysts reacting in real time to Prince Harry's performance in court. And in their words, not mine, they said he was a very compelling witness. He wasn't defensive, he wasn't confused, and he wasn't emotional in a way that undermined him. In fact, he was emotional in a way that added to the weight of his testimony. And the word they used that I want you to take note of is compelling. Compelling, because when you are compelling in court, you are more likely to be believed. When you are compelling, it means you're authentic, it means you come across as truthful, it means you come across as a credible and reliable witness. And they went on, the same panel went on to describe Harry as intelligent, articulate, and genuine. He comes across genuinely. They said that. And he knows the issues inside out. Now, this is not how the press usually talks about Harry. And here's the key part, the strategic read. Now, the Sky's panel suggested that Associated Newspapers may have cut their own cross-examination short to just 2 hours instead of running him all day because it wasn't going their way. Now, remember that even from the movies that we've seen, when you are being cross-examined by a barrister or a senior counsel or a king's counsel, the purpose is one, to try and get the truth out of you. And if it's for the defense, they are trying to rattle you. They are trying to get you to contradict yourself. They are trying to get you to lie. They're trying to catch you out. But he was composed and he was compelling. And because they knew that actually Harry is coming across really, really well, instead of spending the whole day cross-examining him, they decided to cut it short to just 2 hours. And one analyst actually said, I think Harry held up well enough that they thought this is damaging to us. So the other side decided, actually, this guy is good and he's making us look really bad. Let's cut it short. And then this is another thing the panel said. This may have been a tactical decision by associated lawyers that this isn't going well and we should pull him out early so he doesn't do any more damage. This was what the analysts said. And I feel that this is huge because cross-examination is where reputations are meant to crack. That's where witnesses are exposed, and this is where the story unravels. Except that it didn't. Except that Harry's story was actually reinforced. And even when the judge said to him, don't worry, Harry, I understand. Just answer the questions. Harry said to the judge, I need to give context. And that was important for Harry to say because many of us have never lived in a palace. We are not princes or princesses. No matter how much we try to pretend that we understand about protocol, he was born into it. We were not born into it. So it's important for him to give us the context of what he's had to grow up with since he was a child. Now, I love the fact that Harry didn't crumble, he didn't contradict himself, and he didn't look out of his depth. He looked prepared, informed, and grounded. Now, the press has told us for years that he's the dumb one, he's not intelligent, he's easily led, all he does is drink and fall out of clubs. Ha ha! But unfortunately, they do not know Harry. Right under their nose, he was learning their ways. When he was trained in the army, one of his instructors said he was the best student in his class when it came to strategy. He also won an award for flying a certain type of helicopter. I'm not an army person, so I don't know. But again, these are facts that are easily verifiable. So they forgot that this guy is skilled in strategy. And this is a man who's had to live with media intrusion since he was a child. He's a man who had to bury his mother under the glare of flashbulbs and who finally decided to confront the system head on. And for once, the press could not pin him as foolish, emotional, or unstable. So when people ask why this case matters or why Harry keeps going, this is why. Because when he's allowed to speak in a courtroom under oath, the narrative changes. That's my people's Prince Harry. That's how I felt. I was like, yeah, Harry, go get him. I am so proud of you. And that is why this case is making the media nervous, because an articulate Harry, a very composed, a very well-spoken, well-articulated Harry is doing far more damage than they would like to admit. And another thing, there's a saying that, and I can't remember where I read it, that black people understand white people more than they understand themselves, because we've been at the receiving end of a number of things for decades, for centuries. I would wager that Harry is also the same. Harry understands the press more than they understand themselves, because Harry has been at the receiving end of the worst from the press. His wife has been at the receiving end of the worst from the press. So yes, Harry, so proud of you. Keep fighting, Mahale. You are the people's prince. My name's Elizabeth, and I'm the author of The Luxpreneur. For more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and follow me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I would love to read your comments about this. And also, to support my work, please pick up a copy of my book, The Luxpreneur, from Amazon.